Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great and want to wish you all a great weekend. So welcome to this new video right here on Bitcoin. We'll talk about everything you need to know. I mean, basically over the course of the last, since I did my middle of the day market update yesterday, not much has changed. But for those of you who missed that, that's a shame, but we will go over everything you need to know right now, including, how the fundamentals ended yesterday. Throughout the night and yesterday evening, we still got a lot of headlines regarding different things. I mean, the main two things at this point of time are obviously the conflict in Russia and Ukraine and the trade conflict between China and the United States. And the latter one matters the most for the financial markets, it seems, but we can get some headlines surrounding that in the weekend as well. And the market can react to that, but so far the fundamentals actually look pretty decent, while Bitcoin is still looking pretty neutral. I mean, when it comes to how I view Bitcoin and how I view crypto, how I view crypto as a whole is very different from how I view Bitcoin. All right, because crypto as a whole, to me, it doesn't really mean anything. I mean, there are altcoins that I'm interested in buying, and there are altcoins that I think, all right, well, those can possibly go to zero even, right? So crypto as a whole, I'm not certain, but Bitcoin, I'm neutral, all right? Over the course of the last week, basically since the crash last week Friday, I've gone back and forth a lot about, being a little bit more bullish, being a little bit more bearish. The fundamentals also changed the entire time. So I've gone back and forth quite a bit. I mean, some people commented that. That's true, all right? I've never experienced, in the way that I'm trading crypto right now, I've never experienced a move like we had last week Friday. I think it happened once before in recent memory, and that was during the COVID crash, all right? And I was in no shape or form trading as much and trading how I am right now back then, all right? I was in crypto, but not the same. So I really had to adjust to the fundamentals, and I had to take in a lot of information, and based on that information, make an opinion. And my opinion at this point of time is that I'm just ready for both scenarios. I mean, these fundamentals right now influencing the markets are very unpredictable, all right? And a lot can happen. Now, as it stands right now, I think the fundamentals are quite neutral as well. I mean, the volatility index yesterday dropped down significantly. This is good news. Gold seems to have made somewhat of a local top. I mean, this is at least the deepest pullback we've seen since the rally started in August. So maybe that means something, maybe it doesn't. And the S&P 500 has also recovered, has at least formed some new stability here. It's not as bullish as it was in September and the beginning of October, but at least it's more stable. So I would say the fundamentals are good enough to become neutral as well. But then if we take a look at Bitcoin, look, the situation right now is that we have dropped down below a significant support level. That's a significant support level being right here around 108,000. But as you can see historically as well, it's a very wide level, right? I mean, it's basically this entire area that is very strong support. And right now you can actually see, to a certain extent, even though this is a very squiggly line, we are holding, for example, the 382 fib of the move to the upside, right? So we are still holding some support while we have dropped down below other critical support or other critical key levels that are now resistance levels. And when we're taking a look at the TPO chart, you can see that one of the like right now, yes, we're trying to shift out of yesterday's balance, out of yesterday's value area. But we haven't done so yet, and the volume with which we've done that right now is also not good enough yet. And right now you can actually see that we're not even trying to get out of that value area. So personally, like I said, I'm neutral. I'm ready for both scenarios. And for me, there are two levels when we're talking about Bitcoin specifically that are interesting. The first one is right here at 108.5 thousand. It's a relevant key level. We also have some single prints there, some imbalances. If we are able to break above that, that's a break of structure and that's a relevant reclaim, then if it's also in combination with fundamentals, I will turn bullish. And honestly, I mean, as long as we have not done that, I will remain slightly bearish, neutral to slightly bearish. And then there's one level where I will become interested in buying Bitcoin again, and that is between 101,500 and 97,000, which is a mix of a lot of things. But first of all, the yearly rolling VWAP and a significant key zone right here between 103 and 101,000 on the weekly time frame. So those are my thoughts regarding Bitcoin right now. Those are some of my plans. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that adds some value to all of your lives. But for now, have a great rest of your weekend. Take care and bye.